The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Morning Market Kickoff with your host, Tommy O'Brien. Now, Tommy O'Brien.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Tommy O'Brien, coming to you live from TFNN, 8:30 a.m. Tuesday morning, 60 minutes to go until the opening bell. Lots of action out there as usual lately. Markets in negative territory right now. The Dow off 500 points exactly, trading 22,989. NASDAQ negative by 80, trading at 8611. S&P is negative by 47, trading at 2759. The story of the night may be oil yet again. This time, the losses really affecting contracts even further out than tomorrow. The real volatility yesterday, and of course the May contract expiring today, that contract going into the negative for the first time ever. We now have the June contract. Check out the flash low last night in June as the market saying maybe we're going to have the same problem a month from now in terms of storage on a shorter time frame. There's your action at about 5:30 in the morning. You had crude. Now this is the June contract. Go from a high of 1862 as of 5 a.m. These are 15-minute bars. By the 5:30 bar, you were at 1179. By the 6 a.m. bar, you were back up to 1771. Talk about some volatility. Right now, you have crude trading at 1572. The gold contract right now, 1681. That saw a flash as well, starting at about 5:30, similar time frame. We also drive down to 1666 as of 7:15 a.m. We're currently trading at 1680. The silver contract trading lower as well from 1550 down to almost 1463. You're talking about almost a full $1 in the price of silver just from 3 a.m. until about that low at about 8 a.m. Jumping over to the other indices, we'll start things off with the S&P, 2759. You back it up to where we were Sunday night. Here's yesterday's action. We finished the day at, there's your 4:30 basically close in the S&Ps at 2816. You see a little bit of a spike at about 10:15, and then really 3 a.m. we go from 2807. We're now trading 50 points below that level, 2759. NASDAQ 100 currently trading at 8611. We were as high Monday noon at about 8837. And the Dow trending lower for the entirety of this week. Here's your yesterday action. These are 15-minute bars, I believe. Yes, they are. There's yesterday's trading action. You close out the day. There's the transition from 5 p.m. till 6 p.m. on the futures. And currently, the Dow spikes lower at about 10 o'clock. And then again, 3 a.m., 23,428. We're about 500 points off of that price level in the Dow. In terms of stories out there, as I mentioned, it's going to be about oil yet again maybe today. Oil, the markets, would it be? There's earnings going on as well. We'll jump over to those in a moment. But the headlines out there, the oil meltdown spreads beyond expiring contracts as WTI slumps 42%. I woke up this morning early. First thing I did check was the oil market, just out of curiosity. And when I saw the contract, I had to kind of recalibrate myself because I said, wait a second, am I looking at the right contract? Did this thing just flash down to $11 and this is not even coming due for the month of June? And it sure did. The oil meltdown accelerated, huge losses sweeping through the markets as the world runs out of place to store unwanted crude and grapples with negative prices. There's the chart that I just showed you on the price of crude. Another great Bloomberg story out there talking about exactly that. The world's biggest oil storage firm says almost all space sold. You had to know that was the case, right? When they were paying negative $40, so somebody would have paid you $40 per barrel yesterday to take that barrel off their hands. That contract in futures, it's 1,000 barrels of oil. So what they were saying is that at the low there, they would have paid you almost $40,000 just for the right to give you 1,000 barrels of oil and for you to take it off their hands today. Remarkable that that's the case, but it is. And it talks about the world's biggest oil storage firm. They are out of space. The world's biggest independent oil storage company said that space for traders to store crude and refined fuels has all but run out as a result of the fast expanding glut that COVID-19 has created. The available capacity on the oil side is almost completely sold out for our terminals. That's the CFO of Rotterdam-based Royal Vopak NV. Never heard of them? Seems to be that they are a player, Bloomberg is insinuating, in this market. For Vopak, worldwide available capacity that is not in maintenance is almost all gone. And from what I hear, elsewhere in the world, we're not the only ones. So they're racing, as you may imagine, right? They're racing to complete maintenance on any type of facilities to free up whatever space it can. Worldwide oil demands collapsed, unprecedented speed. U.S. crude oil futures in May moved into negative territory yesterday, meaning traders were effectively willing to pay people to take barrels. So this article just going through wherever this is. Vopak operates 3 main hubs worldwide: Singapore, Rotterdam, and Fujairah. The company traditionally benefits from contango in oil and fuel markets where the spot price is depressed, so meaning oil can be stored. That's what's going on right now, right? You had a negative contract yesterday versus a positive, but guess what? You can't even store it for that month. The diesel, jet fuel, and gasoline markets are all in sharp contangos in Europe, U.S., and Asia Pacific. The strain on storage is also starting to create some weird shipping movements as traders send tankers on odysseys to find the best places to stash supplies. 2 tankers that India have now changed course and are sailing for New York, where there's more storage available, according to 2 people involved in the market. At least 1 jet fuel tanker that had earlier signaled Europe has also diverted to the U.S. Under pressure is probably putting it mildly, said Steve Sawyer, director of refining at Fax Global Energy. Yeah, we're probably close to filling up. I would say so, folks, on these oil prices. Jumping over to that contract. Now, this is going to be the contract that is June, and you're trading right now at 15.68. You see that flash low. So yesterday's action, when the May contract was really going bonkers, you had the June contract going from 23 down to at 2:30, about $20.29. I believe that correlates to the time frame when the May contract spiked to negative $40 almost. But not quite under the stress that you see in terms of holding $22, holding something real. Maybe the market thinking it would not correlate over to the future contracts beyond this expiration month, but it has. And that spike in terms of 15 minutes down to almost $12, a remarkable spike for sure. Other news items out there in terms of earnings. Coca-Cola says demand has been weakened by the coronavirus pandemic. Volume off 25% this month. Adjusted first quarter earnings, 51 cents a share on $8.6 billion. They withdrew its outlook for 2020 in March, and Coke said global volumes have plunged 25%. The ultimate impact of the second quarter and full year 2020 is unknown at this time, as it will depend heavily on the duration of social distancing and shelter-in-place mandates, as well as the substance and pace of macroeconomic recovery. Coke said, however, the impact to the second quarter will be material. As I'm saying that, you have Schumer saying he believes Senate will pass small business relief today, Tuesday. Hopefully that is the case. Jumping back to Coke shares this morning, you see the volatility on their numbers, trading lower. I mean, we were just at 48. We're going to open at about 46.35 this morning. Closed at 46.53, but you were higher, actually, to almost 47.50 on Coke shares. As we come into the break, checking out the VIX as this market cascades to lower prices. We got the S&Ps off 49 points. The VIX climbing back towards 50, currently 46.94. Stay tuned, folks. We'll come back on the break, see what else we have on tap for Tuesday trading, earnings season, markets in negative territory. I'll be right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190. The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A Share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. S&P's off 52 points. We're approaching session lows, jumping to the 5-minute chart, zooming in on the action this morning with just yesterday. You see the yesterday high just about when we had gotten off the program. Really, you saw the spike at about 11:30 a.m. We trade to a high of 28.50. We're approaching 100 S&P points off of that level. You see the lows that we made last night. That low in the S&P, we're looking at 27.72. We're now 20 points below that level, and the low that we made at about 8 a.m. this morning, 27.50, so about 3 points away from that price level in the S&Ps. Jumping over to other stories this morning, IBM, their earnings last night, but the stock with some action this morning. Revenue dropping 3% from a year ago in the last quarter. Revenue falling 3.4% in the quarter. The company withdrew its full-year guidance. And to get into the numbers, $1.84 a share, revenue $17.57 billion. Analysts surveyed have been looking for $1.80 in earnings and $17.62 billion. IBM withdrew its guidance for the full year in the context of COVID-19. According to the statement, last quarter, IBM's 2020 forecast was at least $13.35 in earnings per share on an adjusted basis. Analysts had been looking for $11.73 in earnings per share. 3 months ago, the company had forecast growth in revenue, earnings on an adjusted basis, and free cash flow for 2020. Net income for the quarter, $1.18 billion, down 26% year over year. Revenue decreased 3.4%, as we mentioned. There's your IBM revenues graph. Not a great graphical representation. Seems to be decreasing throughout the entirety of that. And as you would expect, on that news, IBM shares really cascading from about 122 last night to 115 so far this morning. You see the conference call beginning at 5 p.m. last night. Other companies with action jumping over. You know what? Before we do that, some of the headlines to keep track of. reports out there that South Korea's dictator leader, Kim Jong-un, may be seriously ill. He did not show up for a celebration. I believe it is April 15th. Let's see when they had it, which was, yes, the grandfather's birthday, April 15th. He did not show up for that leading to reports of that. Their currency weakening on that news. But information and intel out of South Korea, out of North Korea, one of the most difficult areas of the world to get intel from. So who really knows what's happening? Speculation there. But South Korean currency actually weakening on just that reports of that leader. The unrest that may ensue if he is not there. What happens to that country? What happens if things ramp up? All right, jumping over to some stocks over here. Earnings season. We mentioned Coca-Cola on their numbers. Travelers out with their numbers. The insurance and company earnings $2.62 a share for the first quarter. Consensus estimate $285. Revenue also short of estimates, hit by higher catastrophe losses. Travelers took $86 million in charges. TRV jumping over their shares this morning. And they're off from about 101.78 to 98.39. Philip Morris out with their numbers, beating estimates by 8 cents a share with quarterly earnings of $1.21. Revenue also beat. The company said the COVID-19 pandemic had limited impact during the quarter, but that it would hurt full-year results. I guess people are still buying their tobacco, unfortunately. Philip Morris, PM is their symbol. There's something buried in there, though, for decent numbers not being affected. Maybe it's that they would hurt full-year results. The emphasis there, Philip Morris trading from about 77 down to 73. Lockheed Martin earning $6.08 a share for the last quarter, beating the $5.80 estimate. Revenue also came in above analyst projections. The company said it's just beginning to experience the impact of COVID-19 in its various businesses, and that the ultimate impact of the yearly results is unknown. LMT is their symbol. Higher a bit from 383 to 387. Amazon, they got an upgrade to 2,800 at Jefferies from 2,300, noting that Amazon continues to benefit from the coronavirus outbreak and that the company is seeing faster growth at its higher margin businesses. Amazon shares, excuse me, up a bit this morning from 23.93 to 24.10. The high last Thursday, 24.61. But who hasn't seen the run in Amazon lately, right? From 16.26 on March 16th to April 16th, 24.61. Just a remarkable run on that company recently. IBM, we had went over their numbers. SAP abandoned its dual CEO structure that had been in place for the past 6 months. They named Christian Klein as sole CEO of the business and software giant. SAP said the move was made to give customers more clarity. It's tough to have a co-CEO position, right? How do you do that? You need one person. There's always going to be disagreements to some degree. How do you split those categories? Not sure how you do that. They tried it, I guess. Did not work out. SAP shares going to open a bit lower with the market, 119.66 on that company. So JM Smucker, the food producer, raised its sales and profit outlook as consumers continue to stock up on household essentials amid the virus outbreak. The maker of Folgers, Jif Peanut Butter, did say that the magnitude of sales increases has begun to moderate. Interesting enough, I bought some Jif Peanut Butter just yesterday when I made my grocery store run with my mask on. Being conscious, be conscious out there for sure. And jumping over to their shares, excuse me, there we go. SJM, it's not familiar. Maybe I should look into them. I'm a fan of Jif Peanut Butter. Yeah, quite the charge, right? 123.70, Smuckers, and check out this chart. Above the highs that we were at on March 18th, climbing to 128.43, a little bit of a longer term. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I mean, some of these highs, we're bumping right up. That's a 3-year. Let's put this on some real context. The all-time high for Smuckers, August of 2016, so you're looking at almost 4 years. But Jif Peanut Butter never going out of business. Delicious. Other stories out there. Hertz Global, they're going to lay off 10,000 employees across North America, seeking to cut costs as it deals with the economic fallout of the virus outbreak. The layoffs will cost the car company about $30 million HTZ. Before we zoom in, I was going to say, talk about some tough times, man. From the high of almost 100, remarkable. I haven't looked on this. In 2014, Uber comes to light, and man, this stock goes from 100, and we're going to open at 446 just for the shorter time frame. Yeah, from 430 overnight, 448. Tough business to be in regardless, and when you have nobody traveling, vacation, work, etc. Gets just so much harder. So Beyond Meat, they will introduce in Starbucks stores in China this week. Starbucks has reopened most of its stores in China and is hoping the new offerings will boost customer traffic. Well, this news, folks, getting ready for the program, checking out everything. It boosted the stock up to $93 from $79, trading at about $87.49. A little bit of a longer-term time frame. Watch out for the volatility and the parabolic moves in this stock. I mean, even this year, right? March, you trade from 76 up to almost 135. The collapse with the market, you were trading at 124. You traded down to $54. You're going to open at about 87. So volatility in that stock for sure. Darden Restaurants, they're raising $400 million through a share sale in order to shore up its liquidity. The parent of Olive Garden and other restaurant chains said amid restaurant sales are down about 45% this quarter. I would imagine that they're only down 45% for the quarter because that includes January, which may be normal, as opposed to March, which may be like nothing. But Darden at about 62 where we closed yesterday. And Equifax out with their earnings, $1.40 a share, 11 cents above estimates. EFX, those shares trading higher from 125 to 144. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be talking about what we have after the break for earnings. Netflix and Chipotle. We'll take a look at those when we get back from the break. Stay tuned.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We get the S&Ps minus 49 points, 2757. Dow off 511. Checking in on the culprit that's been some volatile times recently. Check out Boeing, down another $5 today, trading from 143 to 138.69. Boeing with, of course, a hit on the Dow. One of the companies really trading lower as well. Disney, just from where we were Friday morning at 108.55, we're down to 135. This stock bouncing around, just putting it even to zoom in on the action we've had recently. We've been flirting with these numbers in terms of being as high as 108. The lower part of that range, maybe 92. We're going to open right at about 100, right in the middle of that land. The low, $79 for Disney. Disney going to have a tough year or two, potentially, with the parks and the movie theaters and movie production. All of that revenue drying up in a dramatic way. Some of the ride-sharing companies, we covered we covered Hertz, jumping over to Uber, trading down a bit. Uber shares at about 27.50. Lyft shares at about 29.55, and we covered Disney. How about Netflix? Netflix out with their numbers after the bell. Been quite a run-up recently. Even today, you're going to open another $9 higher, putting this on a longer-term time frame. Check out that acceleration. I mean, we went from 388 to under 300. We're going to open at about 446 for Netflix. 252 to 446 from September. We're almost doubling in price. Quite a run for Netflix. We also get Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG. Check out them. They're going to open at about 800, down a bit with the market from 940 down to 415. Now back above 800. I mean, that is quite a collapse in that market. People ordering Uber, Uber Eats, maybe DoorDash, Chipotle Mexican Grill in that mix. A lot of these companies, just a remarkable bounce as the market figured out they were actually going to benefit. I mean, check out Walmart since we're on it, right? Walmart, 133.38. We're going to open about 128. Target, not faring as well, but okay at 109. And don't forget, folks, check out the front page of TFNN. Tom O'Brien, my dad, doing a webinar all day, 9 days from right now. Check it out on the front page. You sign up for Market Insights as well. You get a book. We'll be right back, folks.